All right. Thank you guys for being on here. And the fact that you're here shows me that you are wanting more of this business. And I am super thankful for that. And I am thankful that you guys are here because tonight, for the next 2 weeks, so tonight and next Tuesday, we're going to be covering bookings. Okay. So I'm going to go over a little bit, what directorship means and what that looks like and the requirements. But then we're going to go into bookings. And I really hope, because this program that we're getting ready to do, guys, it works. And it has proven over and over again that it does work. But so much of it, I can give you all of this information. I can give you everything that you need to do, but I can't make you do it. And that is the hard part about this. So I'm going to give you every bit of information that I can give you, but then you're going to have to take it and then you're going to have to do what it takes, to make this happen. Okay. So I know that, are any of you still in your 90 days? Andrea is for sure. Yes. Yes, I do remember Andrea. And Ginger is as well. Ginger, I'm trying to remember, when did you start? She's typing, so I'll give her just a second. Wait here. Okay, perfect. Okay, awesome. So a couple of you are still in your 90 days, which means that this process for you can look a little different as you are trying to fast track director. I know that Andrea, you were on the call last night, so you heard me talk about the fast track stuff. And Ginger, if you don't know what all fast track, I'm not sure if Christy has had those conversations with you, but if you don't understand, everything with fast tracking, or Christy can have some conversations with you to make sure you understand the difference between what we're going to talk about and fast tracking, because they are different as far as you are able to earn cash and stuff that go along with promoting. So there are different benefits to doing that in your first 90 days of the business. So I'm glad that you guys are here because you are saying that I do want more and I want more of my business. And since we are talking about bookings tonight, that is the lifeline of our business, because without bookings, we can't have recruits. And then without recruits, we can't promote to director. Okay. So it all kind of goes together. That's why we're starting out with these 2 weeks of bookings before we go into May. Okay. So we're going to have tonight and we're going to have next Tuesday night. And these are going to be about bookings. And in the next 2 weeks, our goal is for you guys to get 12 bookings on your calendar. Okay. 12 bookings. Okay. And there's a reason behind that I'm going to go over in just a minute. Okay. So write down the number 12, because that is ultimately our goal. And we have a couple of existing directors on here that are already directors, because a big part of it too is they're also saying, okay, I want to do all this stuff myself as well. I want to be sure that I'm doing, as a director, what that looks like. Okay. So there's a couple people that you'll see on here that are existing directors already. Okay. All right. So if you see me kind of looking over here, I have my other screen up that has all the information I'm going to be sharing. So if I'm looking over here, that doesn't mean I'm going to be doing this. Okay. Because I have my screen pulled up on the side over here. Okay. So first of all, I want to go over what it takes to be a director. Okay. And if you guys don't have something to write with, a notebook, some paper. You're going to want to have something out. So I'm going to give you just a second to make sure you all have something to write, because there's going to be a lot of information. I want to be sure you guys get it all. Okay. All right. So here's what it takes to promote to director. Okay. So for all of you, we're going to work on bookings for 2 weeks. We're going to work on getting those 12 bookings on our calendar, for May. Okay. And not to say if you still need bookings for this month, you can work on that too. Okay. We still have, a week and a half left. So if you're still needing some more bookings, take the information that you're learning and start some parties this next week. Okay. Not saying that you can't do that, but our ultimate goal is I do want you to try to have 12 bookings as we go into May. Okay. So this program that we're going to be doing is going to kick off in May. Okay. So there's going to be 4 different trainings. There's going to be trainings about recruiting and how to have a successful business. Okay. So I just want to be sure that you guys know that that is going to be happening in May. And yes, I know life happens, man. So much life can happen. And I 100% understand that in this business. But I also know if you can be on these calls live, if you have that opportunity, I know for myself personally, it is so much harder to go back and watch a recording than it is just to be on the call. Okay. So if you can be on the call, I'm going to encourage you, to be on, just so you're hearing the information as we give it, and you can take it and you can act right away. Okay. Versus, oh, I got to listen to that recording and it takes you a few days to get it listened to. And then you're, a few days behind, getting the stuff done that we've talked about on our call. Okay. All right. So when it comes to promoting to director, it is $750 in personal sales. Okay. So this is what your goal is for the month of May. Okay. To have at least $750 in personal sales. Okay. Your team, which means yours and everyone underneath you, need to have 5,000 in sales. You're going to want to have 5 team members. Okay, so 5 team members, and they can be existing people or they can be, new people if you already have a couple. All 5 of those team members need to have at least 150 in sales to be considered active. Okay. And all of this needs to happen in the same month. Okay. So when that happens in the month, that is the month that you promote. Okay. And you become a director for that month. Okay. So it's not like part of it can happen and not the rest of it. Okay. So what we're going to be talking is these are the minimum things, $750 in sales personally. Okay. Obviously, the higher your sales are, the more of that 5,000 you personally have. Okay. And you're not relying on your team to carry the rest of the way. Okay. But we're going to get into more of that, the rest of the calls, but I do want to give you like the bare minimum requirements of what you have. Okay. All right, so here's some of the benefits. Okay, so let's talk about why would you even want to be a director? Like, what good is that going to do? How is that going to help you? What is that going to mean? Okay, so let's talk about the goods. Okay, because there's a lot of benefits to being a director, right? Holly's shaking her head. Yeah. And Mandy's on here. Wave your hand, Mandy. Yep, and then Christy. Obviously is a director already. So these are existing directors that already get all these perks. Okay. They already get all these things and have for a while. All of them have been directors for a while. Okay. So $250 in PC bucks. Okay. 250 PC dollars. Okay. So if you don't know what PC dollars are, PC bucks are kind of like a gift card. Okay, you accumulate them, and when you go buy catalogs or you go buy products that you want, you go buy supplies, seasonings, whatever it is that you want, it'll say when you check out, you have this much in PC bucks. Do you want to use it? Okay, so it's basically like a little bank. And guess what? With conference coming up, you haven't registered for conference, but you're thinking about it. $250 bucks. be used towards conference. Okay. So $100 in professional development, 3% pay increase on your personal sales. So what that means is you have what you're going to have your base amount that you get off of your personal sales, and you add 3% to that every month. Okay. But not only that, then you make an extra 3% on your team sales. So you make extra on your own and you make 3% extra on theirs. Okay. Now, every person under you that has 20, that has the 150 in sales that is active, you get a $10 activity bonus. Okay, so all 5 of those people, when you're promoting to director, that's just an extra $50 that gets added to your paycheck, because all of those people will have to be active the month that you promote. Okay. And every month after that, whenever someone is active with 150 in sales, it's an extra $10 that they add to your check. Okay. So which may not sound like a whole lot when it's only $50. Okay. But when you have as many personal team members like I do, it's $300, it's $400 a month that's just added to your paycheck when those people are active. Okay. So it does make a big difference the more people that you have under you. All right. And then when the new products come out and we're earning, they have those couple months that we earn new products. Well, guess what? As a director, you get those products for free as well. Okay. We're earning director boxes. Okay. And so you earn director boxes where you can get, it's like double dipping. So you can earn when the new catalog comes out, and they let you earn them as a director. And so basically you're double dipping and getting more than one of some of the products. Okay. So it's an awesome perk to have just boxes of stuff show up at your doorstep and that is how, because I promoted to a director a year after I had been in the business. And I literally have every single item in the catalog. And the majority of what is in my kitchen, I have not personally bought. I have earned. Okay. And so that is an amazing perk of being a director, is you guys get so many free products, right, ladies? So many free products. So it's awesome. Okay. So tell me, of these things that I mentioned, comment in the chat, what are you most excited about? Which one of those things appeals to you the most? Is it extra pay? Is it extra products? Is it $250 in PC bucks? Money. Extra money you're going to get. Yep, Raina, I get it. Extra pay, money, and free stuff. Extra pay in PC bucks. Free products and money. And I want it all. Yep. So all of these things are huge benefits. Okay. So like I said before, bookings are the lifeblood of this business. Without bookings, it is really hard to have a successful business. Okay. So that's why we're starting out. Before we even kick off the director bound, we are starting off with trying to get bookings on our calendar, because I know that is where it starts. Okay. I'm not going to just throw you guys out and say, here, now go become a director when you don't even have the bookings on your calendar. Okay. So this is why we're doing this step tonight. Okay. Oh, I wonder if this is this a different Ann, or is this the same Ann on a different device? All right. So yeah, okay. All right. So here is why at the beginning I said I wanted you to write the number 12 down. Okay. When I started this business, and it has not changed in 11 years. When I started this business, my goal was to have 8 recruits a month. 8 parties a month and 2 recruits. Okay. Hold 8 parties, 2 recruits. When I was able to hold 8 parties and have 8 parties and have 2 recruits a month, guys, I have been able to achieve every single goal that I had set for myself. Every top trip, okay, I have been able to achieve excellence awards. I have promoted to executive director, okay. The program that I was in when we became an executive team was a program where they required us to have 8 parties a month and 2 recruits. If you can get that mentality in your head, the sky is the limit, okay? You will earn these trips. You will promote, okay? You will have the things that you want in this business, okay, if you can achieve these things, okay? So the reason I said 12 is, guess what sometimes happens when we're booking our parties? Do all the parties always hold? No. Okay, so if our goal is to have 8 parties that we submit, that is why I told you I wanted you to book 12. Okay, so I want you to book 12 because I want you to submit 8. Because I know when you submit 8 parties in a month, you are going to have a large majority of that 5,000 yourself. And that's what we want. Okay, I want to take that pressure off of you worrying about your team having more than 150 in sales. Okay, but you want to be able to hit that goal. So by booking 12, if this person, and Christy has dealt with this month, I had one of my friends that had every funeral and every excuse like that you can imagine happen in 1 month. Okay, so life happens. And a lot of life happens, okay? So you want to have those extras so that you actually submit 8, okay? So if you can get in that mentality, I'm submitting 8 parties and I am adding 2 recruits, okay? Which we're going to work towards more than 2 next month. But maintaining after that, if you can have that mentality, guys, I am telling you, the sky is the limit, okay? So just keep 8 and 2 in your mind, okay? Because you have 3 to 4 that will drop or flop, okay? So that's kind of where we're at with this. And also, and my leaders have heard me say this, we don't work to minimums, okay? As a leader, you never want to work to the bare minimum that it is required, okay? So if we're saying we want, 8 parties, don't work for 8, we're shooting for more, okay? And then if you end up with 8, that's great, okay? So as a leader, you're going to hear me say, leaders, we don't work towards the minimum of barely scraping by, okay? That's not how we want to work on our business, okay? So we're going to have the next 2 calls are going to be bookings and building a strong show calendar. Okay, so your goal is going to be looking at your calendar. Okay, so 18th and 25th, we're talking about bookings. Okay, and then in May, we're going to have 4 calls. And on the next one, I'm going to have to look at my calendar and I'm going to have to look and see and check kids' schedules and stuff. But then on the next call, I will let you know what those 4 days are going to be. Okay. As we move forward into May. Okay. So, but there is 4.5 weeks in May, kind of. Okay, and so 4 of those we will have calls, and it'll be the first 4. We probably won't do our last call the 29th, 30th, 31st. Okay, because the goal is going to be for you all to be working, towards promoting at that time. Okay, so if we have 12 shows, that we are trying to work on, okay, that's going to be 2 to 3 per week. Okay, when you look at it that way. So when you're looking at your calendar, and you can start, like I'm starting my first parties on the 29th. I'm texting. I feel like I can hear this music very long. That's I love this barn door, but the barn door is not like a noise canceling door by any means. I'm like, that TV's loud. Turn it down. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Can you guys hear that music? Is it loud for you guys? No? Okay, perfect. It's just, I just am distracted by the music then. Okay, so, I don't know when you guys start your parties. I start mine on Saturdays. Okay, so I will start my first round of parties on the 29th. Then I'll go to the 6th, 13th, 20th, and then you can get part of another weekend on the 27th. Okay, so when you're looking at your calendar, I want you to look at when am I starting parties and how many parties am I wanting to do each week. Okay, if you have a week where you're like, oh, that week we're super busy, we're going on vacation, because like we're on vacation the 20th through the 28th of May. Okay, so we'll have to figure that out too, because I am on vacation in Orlando, Florida. We are taking the kids to Universal Studios. So we're doing that the end of May. But so I want you to look at your own personal calendar and figure out how many parties do I want this week and what does that look like for you guys. Okay. Now, tracking your contacts is critical. Okay. Tracking your reach outs, who you're contacting is very important. And guys, there doesn't have to be this super special form you're filling out. You can literally take a notebook and a pen, okay, and split it into columns, okay? Write down the names of who you reached out to and do a box for did you follow up? And then you can do a second box for another follow-up. Okay, so just divide your notebook, okay, or have a special notebook that's just for your bookings, or use an existing one. It doesn't matter to me. Or take a piece of paper and draw some lines down by it. Okay, just as long as you have something that you are tracking. Okay, all of the contacts. Okay, and so you want to see your progress. Okay, you want to see that you did message people. And guess what, guys? Get used to the word no. Okay, because you're going to hear it. Okay, all of you, and it's normal. Okay, but that's okay. That's why we're following up more than once, because so many of the bookings do not come from the first reach out. So many. Okay, how many times do you have your phone in front of you and a message pops up, you read it, and you don't respond? Okay, so many people just look at the message and they're not necessarily trying to ignore you, okay? But you have to follow back up, okay? So that is super, super important. All right, so we want to read, and you can have a note section on there too if you want, where you can write a few notes like follow up with this person and they said this, check back with me later, whatever you want to write on there. So if you need an additional place to write, okay, be sure that you have that as well. Okay. So write down replies, the notes, the check-ins, and so that way when you hit the struggle bus and you reach out to your director for help, and if they say, let me see your tracker, you have the proof right here. Look, I've been tracking. It's right. It's all right here. Okay. Because if you're like, yeah, I've been doing the reach outs, but I'm just not having very many. And they're like, well, who have you reached out to? Oh, okay. If you track it, then you know exactly who you reached out to. Okay. So the first thing that we're going to do Okay. And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you some of these things for you to do on this call. But I also am going to tell you this. I'm going to give you some calls for you to listen to. And I will tell you this, that is where you are going to hear a big chunk of what's going to get you the bookings and what's going to make the difference. Okay. In this call that we have tonight, I cannot give you all the information, but I will share with you a few calls of people that have extremely successful businesses, like thousands of dollars. Okay. Extremely successful businesses. They're going to be sharing tips with you. Okay. And none of you on this call have heard these recordings or from these people. So this is all new for everyone. Okay. So I'm going to give you some of the basic things, but do know if you're like, man, I was hoping to hear a few more tips, they're coming. Okay. They are coming. And what I want to do after you guys get off of this call, okay, I want you to send me a personal message, okay, because I want to make sure I'm friends with every single one of you. I am with a large majority, but I need to make sure. And if you send me a message, then I can double check and make sure I'm friends with you. Then I'm going to take this group and I'm going to add you guys to a messenger chat group. Okay. And we are going to be support for each other moving forward. Okay. Through the course of May. Okay. So for questions, for support you're needing, for how are things going, for check-ins. Okay. You guys are all going to be in a group together. Okay. I'm in that group. I'm also going to post the information that I'm going to be sharing here and your follow-up information. Okay. Your call to action, because there's going to be a few calls to action of things that are going to help you with bookings. Okay. Listen to them in the car on the way to work. Okay. And because here's what's going to happen. You're going to listen. You're going to like, oh snap, I'm going to have to listen to this again, because I'm going to have to write this stuff down. Okay. But at least if you listen and then you go back and listen again, you're like, oh, well, okay. Or maybe you can like write down a minute and 45, go back and listen to that part. Okay. And so you can know, okay, I need to write down a few of these tips. Okay. But that's a great way. Like I listen to calls when I'm driving to pick up my kids and when I'm in the line to pick up my kids. Okay. So, or I'm waiting at practice. There's opportunities, you know, for you to listen to some of this information where you're not feeling like you just are having to sit. Or, you know, what I like to do sometimes is I like to put my headphones on and I like to clean. And while I'm doing those dishes and I'm doing the laundry and folding clothes, listen. Okay. You're doing those things anyways, you know, so why not throw on some earbuds and listen to some of this information, you know, and have a pen ready, because you're probably going to be like, oh, I need to write that down. I need to remember that. Okay. All right. So here are some things that I want you to know. Okay. So, lost my place here. Hold on. All right, so I'm going to give you in this messenger chat group, I'm going to give you this wording, okay? But here is, I'll just go ahead and copy it and I'll put it in the chat here. But like I said, I will share it. I will share it in the messenger chat group. But if you want to go ahead and have it, okay, here is a good reach out. Okay, so here is what I want you to do. I want you to, I went over the Frank's list the other night, okay, but what I want you to do is I want you to first start by, we're going to focus on messaging 30 people a day. Okay, so write down 30. 30 is going to be your magic number. Your goal while we are going through these bookings, okay, is to reach out to 30 people a day. Okay. Now you can email contacts. These can be friend referrals. You can go through past customers while you are out and about at the doctor's office, the dentist's office, people you run in contact with at the grocery store. Sometimes I'll have my Season's Best recipe book in there because I'm going to make a recipe book, and the cashier notice, oh, do you sell Pampered Chef? Because I'm holding up my Season's Best recipe book for recipes. Okay, so if you have any Pampered Chef logo wear when you're walking through the store, I've been stopped for that before. I have my name on the back of the car. So when I'm out and about, I'm getting leads, okay, by people that are stopping me. All right, so pampering a business. Okay, have you ever thought about making brownies in the brownie pan and taking it to a doctor's office and saying, I would love to pamper your business. Here are some brownies. You know, you can call beforehand and say, hey, I would love to pamper your business. Would it be okay if I drop off some brownies with some catalogs for you all, and I'll come back and pick them up in a few days? Would that be okay? Okay, pamper some businesses. Okay, the ladies in your kids' school, your grandkids' school. Okay, make them some yummy goodies and take some catalogs. Okay, so those are a few different ways as well. Okay, start with the letter A on Facebook and go through your Facebook list, messaging 30 people a day. Go through your text messages, start with the letter A, message 30 people a day, and don't stop until you get there. Okay, and here's the thing, when I'm sending out these kind of messages, I start with A and go, and don't stop and check them, because you may get responses back. Okay, but just keep going through the A's, going through the A's. When someone responds back, keep going through the A's, keep going through the A's, okay, until you get to your 30, and then go back and start responding to messages or seeing, you know, who has responded. Okay, so like I talked about on the new consultant call last night, okay, start with your friends. If you want to do 30 friends, next day do relatives, all your relatives. Next day, do people you've worked with, your associates. Next day, do your neighbors. Next day, do people you know because of your kids, people you know because of your spouse. Okay, just work through. Okay, work through Facebook, work through text messages, just track it. Okay, so we're going to track it when you are reaching out. Holiday card list. Does anybody still send holiday cards? If you do, yeah, oh, see, Viola does. Message those holiday card list people. Okay, family reunion list. Okay, so the biggest thing is is going to be the reach outs. Okay, all right, so here is your call to action. All right, so here, oh my gosh, I got something in my throat. I'm almost out of my drink. Okay, so call to action. Make and track all booking contacts in your booking contacts notebook. Okay, so here is a call. You can watch, it's 38-minute call. You can watch the full 38 minutes, or if you would like, you can skip ahead to, giving you a clue, 14 minutes. And it talks about how to track bookings in the parties. And at 7 minutes is where it talks about the importance of tracking as you message too. Okay, so the first one, like I said, I will copy the information here, but I'm also, oh, hold on, I just did that booking message again. Hold on, let me get this. Let me see if it this time. Okay, so that first one, okay, it is booking basics video with tracking info. It is, like I said, it is 38 minutes long total. Okay, but at the 14 minutes where it talks about the tracking. Here is a booking training on how to fill your calendar. Okay. And I want you, after you listen to this one, yeah, they're different. Okay. So the second one is how to fill your calendar. I want you to, in the messenger chat group, I want you to let us know your 3 takeaways. Your top 3 tips. Okay. And if you have current parties going, okay, I want you to send messages. Those can be part of your 30. Okay. If you have current and you're working on getting bookings from your parties, those can also be part of that 30 reach outs too. Okay, here is a booking. This is a booking training document. This is the booking verbiage, all kinds of booking verbiage. Hold on. Okay, that should be a Google Doc. Okay, so this is that Google Doc that I just posted. That is booking wording. Okay, so check this out. This link I'm getting ready to post. This is going to take you to your friends' birthdays on Facebook. Watch this. Go ahead and click on that link and see where it takes you guys. Did it take you guys to your friends? Okay. So copy that link. And guys, what you can do, what is a great thing to do, and this is what I'm doing right now, is all of these links that I'm just posting in that chat, message them to yourself. Go on Facebook, type in your name on Facebook Messenger, and message each of these to yourself. Okay, and then if you would like an additional training, this is one that I have listened to before. And it's by my good friend, Marna Ross. Okay, but it is just a conference call and she talks about bookings. And it's some great information. Okay, so here are some different things. Yes, I gave you several different options to listen to. Okay, guys, but if you truly want bookings on your calendar, these are going to help you. These are from the top people that their calendars are always booked solid every single month, no exception, and have been for years. Okay, so if you really want to hear how top individuals are booking their calendars, that is who you're going to hear from on these calls. Okay, these are people that have been very successful in the business for a while. Okay, so first thing, message me on Facebook. Okay, message me so I can put all of us in a group together. Okay, that we're working, and I'll share this information in there too. I will have all of these call to action. I'll have it written out for you all. Okay, so you guys have it, all the information. Work on your 30 contacts a day. Okay, and these different calls will help you, okay, with booking tips and what to do. Okay, does anyone have any questions about any of the information? Does your head feel like it's going to explode? My hello says yes. Okay, so I promise you guys, all of this is worth it. Like I said, I'm going to give you every bit of the information that has helped others promote to director. Okay, what you do with it is completely up to you. We want you to have success in this business. Okay, we want you to be successful and experience, okay, the success that so many of us have been able to reach. Okay, so I know you guys can do it. We've helped a lot of people do it. Okay, but it does take mentally. Okay, you're going to reach about May 15th, mid-May, and you're going to go, yep, not happening. I'm out. Happens every single person. I'm like, all right, yep, we've reached that mid-May part. Okay, now we're going to work through it. Okay, and we're going to keep going. Okay, because you're going to say, nobody wants to have parties. This is too hard. Okay, but I'm telling you, keep going. Keep going. Keep pushing, okay? Because you will reach that part where you want to give up. You will, but don't, okay? Because so much of this business, like 80% of this business is mental, okay? Mental determination and pushing through when times get hard and just saying, I'm not going to give up, okay? And that's what we're here for. And that's why we're going to be in that messenger chat, because we're going to say, keep going. We're going to help you through it. Okay. So we're going to be here for you guys. Okay. We're going to be cheering you on. We're going to be helping you. We're going to be your support. Positive in, positive out. Okay. That's the teacher in me. Okay. Fill your mind with people that are speaking that positiveness. Don't listen to people that are telling you can't do things. Okay. You have people in your life that lift you up and tell you you can. Okay, don't listen to the people that tell you that you can't, because you have to be able to believe in yourself in order to achieve these things. Okay, believing in yourself is huge. Okay, so you have to know you can do it. You have to believe you can. Okay, that's half the battle. Okay, because when you believe you can do it. You can do anything. Okay, so thank you guys for being on this call. Thank you for wanting more of your business. Okay, I'm excited to check in with you all. Okay, I will see you on next Tuesday's call where we will continue the bookings. Okay, and I hope in the next 7 days you guys will do these things that I gave you to do. Okay, all right, guys, have a good evening, and I will see you guys later.
Thanks, Melody.
Bye.